Welcome back to Planet Pearl. This is episode 3 of my Home Sweet Home quilt series, where I slowly stitch my way through a quilt top I embroidered about 15 years ago. If you're new here, hi, I'm Pearlin, a maker, multi-crafter, slow living enthusiast, and proud mom to 2 very fluffy dogs. I live in Christchurch, New Zealand with my family. I'm really glad you're here. To set the scene, we've just added a 9-week-old cream retriever puppy to our family. His name is Casper, and he's absolutely convinced everything is his new chew toy. And then there's Amber, our older dog, who mostly just looks at me like I've completely lost the plot. And to be fair, she's probably not wrong. Life right now is a strange mix of slow and loud between work, home, and the winter cold. The days blur together. And honestly, some days I don't have much energy at all. Some days I sit down to quilt and I don't get much further than just threading the needle before Casper starts chewing something, or Amber needs to go out, or I just run out of steam. And still somehow I have made progress. A little here, a little there, 10 minutes before dinner, 10 minutes while the dogs nap. It's not about the grand creative sessions with candles and playlists like I'd like it to be. It's just showing up with needle and some thread and whatever bit of time I can find. To make it easier, I have put together a little hand quilting kit that I carry around the house in this basket. It just has the essentials. So all the sparkly threads are in here, and then I have a little box with scissors, and there's another box that I have that has a thimble that I still don't know how to use, and then I have needles and a needle threader here, and a little portable daylight lamp for evening stitching. And this light, it's a total game changer. So if everything's ready to go, it's so much easier to sneak in a few stitches. But if I have to go hunting for scissors or untangle thread, I don't think I will stitch anything. It's not happening. So yes, I'm still using the sparkly thread in different colors. So I have orange, and all these multicolors, and then this gold. Let me see what other colors I have, and then green. Oh yeah. So I have all these sparkly colors, if you can see. Because if I'm going to stitch slowly, I may as well add a little sparkle. So the sparkle threads don't knot, which is a small mercy, but pulling them through the fabric, the batting, the backing, and the backing, the fabric, it's a full body workout. The sparkle thread is actually quite stubborn. So I have some over here. It resists. It makes me work for it And I use a very sharp Shashiko needle, and I've pricked myself far too many times. And yes, I have even drawn a little blood already. My fingers are sore and tender from, tugging the needle through these thick layers. And if this quilt could talk, it would probably say I was made with love, but also with some gritted teeth and a few finger pricks and a little bit of blood. But having that sparkle never really hurt anybody, right? So I have this sparkly thread on here, and just a glimmer here and there, tucked between the soft cottons and those gorgeous Sue-Spargo pearl cotton, which, by the way, they glide like butter. So I switch between the sparkly thread, the pearl cottons, and the Sashiko threads, if you can see. And that shimmer, it makes me so happy. It breaks the straight lines and matches the colorful batik and adds a little pizzazz to the whole quilt, I think. And it's like this quilt is cozy, but it's also fabulous. And honestly, my stitches aren't even. They kind of wobble and wander, and I've stopped fighting it because it adds to the rustic handmade. I'm showing it upside down, I think. Yeah, it adds to the because it adds to the rustic homemade charm, and I like that lived-in look, and I've really come to like that texture and not so even lines. The sparkle with the sparkles tucked in between. And my whole approach to hand quilting has been really shaped by my experience with the Kavandi quilt that I made. If you haven't heard of it, the Kavandi is this beautiful style of quilting that starts out at the edge and you work inwards. When I worked on my Kavandi quilt, I found it incredibly soothing. It's simple and repetitive and totally zen, and I love that slow process, and I also love that slightly puckered textured look that hand quilting gives, and I adore it. It feels cozy, and that feeling has definitely found its way into this quilt too, if you can see. And I keep coming back to this quilt not because I want it finished, but because stitching it helps me feel grounded, more like myself. None of this is perfect. My stitches wander. My threads sometimes change color mid-row, and I've stopped trying to make it perfect. The wobbly lines are part of the charm. It's part of the story, and this quilt is real. It's not polished. It's not flawless, but when I run my hand over it, it feels real and it feels like my own, and I think that's what matters. Hopefully by the next episode I'll have finished the hand quilting. I have or at least be close, and maybe even have started the binding. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed, but I have finished one section here and another section here, and I'm doing the I'm doing the third section here. And though with these pups around, I am not really sure if how fast I'll do it. We'll see. And I know it's not always easy to carve out time for making So if you have spent part of your day here with me and this slow quilt, a very slow quilt, thank you, and I'm really glad you're here. Thanks for keeping me company and letting me share the stitching journey with you. It means a lot. Until next time,